Hey guys, it is FM99 Girl Kristin, and I am here with Saliva. I am so excited. Thank you guys for letting us interview you.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. First question. So congrats on the new album, by the way. Revelation just came out Friday night. Can you talk to me about the process of creating that album?
I feel like we're still creating the album as long as it took, to make
3
it.
years, yeah.
Yeah. So 2020 was the idea where we had the idea of, we originally intended to put the record out that summer because we had tours lined up and pandemic stuff happened. And so that got postponed. And I think we were trying to figure out what we were going to do just in general, like everybody else was. And then we, it gave us more time to write and try to come up with, get creative. So, but I don't think we intended for it to take as long as it did. Just, one thing after another and then still trying to tour and, we got families and all that stuff too. But, I'm proud of it. I think it's a great record and, stoked that, people have been, listening to it and sending me messages and stuff and, talking about how great they think it is. And I think as a band, anytime you put a record out, that's all you can hope for is for people to, react and connect with it. So.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I know I really enjoyed it when I listened to it the past few days. It's very good.
Awesome. What's your favorite song?
So I like the Come Back Stronger. I feel like you have to like that song.
All right. Awesome.
All right. So how does it feel now that you just mentioned it's 3 years in the making? How does it feel that's out? I know you just talked about you're super excited. You hear all the people reacting to it, but how does it feel personally, like for you that it's out? Are you like relieved, happy, excited? Does that help?
Yeah, because there is a pressure sometimes when you're making a record, because you don't want it to suck, first off, but just with everything that we've gone through and in the past few years, I think I'm just glad that it's finally released. Then we can go tour and share it versus just, hey, maybe we should take this song off and add this song. And there's a lot of that, just going back and forth. But but yeah, now that it's out, I guess I can breathe.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. And I do want to talk about the music video that was just released, honoring Wayne Sweeney. Can you just talk about that and your emotions going through it and finally releasing the music video?
What do you think? You got anything?
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. All right. I think the video was something that we were trying to figure out a song to do a video for, because we had already put out a couple singles leading up to this record, like Crows and High on Me, and we're like, okay, maybe we'll do Come Back Stronger. And it was between that and another song on the record. And I just remember we had a show in South Florida, Clearwater, Florida, and the guy that was shooting our video was there too, in Sarasota, that area. And we're like, last minute, hey man, we're going to shoot a video for this song. Let's just do it live style. Let's just, see what happens and shoot it live. And we set the lights up in the room and we hammered it out. And then, once we moved on and started, doing our tour, we were only a few days in, and then, Wayne had passed away. And, I don't think at that point we knew what we wanted to do or what we were going to do. But we knew we had the video and stuff. So once, we started to realize we should put this out, he's all in it, and so, and there was another cut of the video that was done that has a bunch of B-roll stuff, some just weird distorted images and things that I wanted to go with the one that featured just the band,
Yeah.
So.
Well, I know, speaking as a Saliva fan, I was obviously devastated when that happened, but also super happy that you guys are still going out doing music in honor of him. I think that's really great. And it's just happy that you guys are still honoring him in his own way.
And he was one of those guys, if you knew him, you would his personality was just large. And there's no way that he would have wanted it any other way. I just, that's just how he was. He always... he would always even talk to me about things like that, hey, if something happens, man, you gotta keep doing this, don't stop because of me or something, so.
Yeah.
But we love the guy. We miss the guy very much. He was a huge part of this band and brand, and always will be.
Yeah,
so
always. Well, before we all start crying, I'm going to switch gears a little bit. I just want to know what all of your guys' favorite songs off of the new album are and why.
Brad?
I'd have to say I agree with you on the Come Back Stronger thing. I mean, it's heavy. It's not your typical Saliva kind of thing. I think it's a little bit different, and it kind of punches you in the face, and it just comes at you, and it doesn't ever really let up. I mean, it's also tuned a little bit lower than what we usually tune to. We usually tune to, like, the low string would be C sharp, and this one's in B. So it's like, it's just got like teeth. I don't know how else to describe it.
Definitely does.
I mean, there's a lot of great songs on the record. I know Bobby is very emotionally attached lyrically, of course, with some of the things he was going through, when the record was being made. And then, of course, Wayne passes, and it's like, Come Back Stronger is somehow the next song. So it's like, kind of like odd how that worked out. We need to come back stronger, even without Wayne.
I did think about that.
So that's kind of how it played out that way, and we were like, that's so odd that in the middle of that happened, and then that's the next song.
Yeah.
So but that would be
really
my
special.
pick. How about you, Sammy?
Let's see. It's very hard to pick one, but I would say How to Be Human's a great one for me, just because I feel like it sort of fits with today's time, the current time and the way of the world. And I think number one, ever since the beginning, is probably Horizon.
Okay.
Just because, to me, it's a powerful song. Yeah. It reminds me a lot of old school Saliva. And that's what I love about the record too, is it's got the new era plus some old school feel to it too. And I've been a fan since I was a kid, so it's just.
You're still a kid.
Oh, but those are my top two picks.
Yeah, awesome. What about you, Bobby?
It's tough because we picked 12 out of 34 songs.
Wow.
So, and when I counted how many we actually had, and I remember, texting with Wayne and Brad and such, it's like, man, there's like so many songs. Let's do a triple album, But I gotta say though, songs like Horizon for sure, just because I remember when we were recording it a few years ago, and the vibe that I was going for was like Seattle. That's what I was talking to Wayne about. I was like, we need something that's very Seattle, and just like, what would Temple of the Dog do, or and the riff, just the way the kind of riff was very drony, and lyrically, it's about losing somebody. It really is. And I never even thought anything about, the situation at hand, other than when we talked about the track listing. We were like, this song has to be track 12, the last song on the record, because his soloing, his guitar work on the song was really, really cool. And I wanted him to do these like little blues like lead things going on the outro, something he'd never done before.
Yeah.
And so when the record was already turned in, and that was track 12, and the record's out now, and I listened to track 12, I think like this song just has such a different meaning now than it had before. It makes, just with him not being here with us, it's crazy just how the song ends, and you hear him playing and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I got a lot of like I remember recording him for like 2 minutes long at the and we faded it obviously but he just soloed for like 2 minutes, and I still got all that stuff. It's really cool.
Oh wow.
But I would say Horizon for sure just means the most to me. Just at how he and I had done the song, and every song on the record, I can go back to that moment of when he was like recording, and when we were like, all those memories come up, with that stuff, jokes. I mean, there's like things he would say that he probably shouldn't have said. And I'm like, I can still remember it, and I'd say the other one, How to Be Humans, I love, I think I'm in agreement with her too. Just, you know, and so many good ones that we wish we could play them all live, but you know, we got to, you know, do the Saliva, you know, hits as well, and but we've got 4 new songs we got in the set from this record, so it's cool.
Which one are you excited the most to play?
Live?
Yes.
I like playing How to Be Human,
Okay.
but I also like playing High on Me, you know,
Yeah.
it's great, yeah.
So is this the first time we're going to hear the songs live today since the album just came out?
Yeah, for sure, because we just started playing them like 2 days ago.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So excited.
So hopefully, yeah, we hopefully you'll like what we're doing, yeah.
Oh, I'm sure we will. Well, perfect. Well, speaking of the album, just one last question regarding that. I just want to know, what are you hoping people take from the album, like when they listen to it?
You know, I think music is, you know, without music, I don't know who I'd be or what I'd have. And I wanted to make songs, and I wanted them lyrically I wanted them to affect people and people to connect to the music and take something from it. You know, like being sober almost 5 years for me, that was not easy to do, and I found myself writing about it in a lot of this, but I didn't want the songs to just be about that. I wanted them to connect with the listener and also have a message in there that there is a way to overcome it, and the Come Back Stronger is kind of like that too, and just, you know, adversity, you know,
Yeah.
and being able to see the light, you know. And I did an interview the other day, and someone was talking to me about that and sobriety, and, you know, the message you could give to other people. It's like, you know, everybody's different, and I'm not in your shoes, you're not in my shoes, and we don't know what each other's going through. It's like, I just try to respect people and love people and just give them all the respect that I can, you know, because you just never know. You never know. Life's short. Life's too short to have enemies and all that stuff. And, you know, I love writing music and I love connecting with people, and if they can connect to it and get something from it, it means more to me than selling a bunch of records, you know. So
Awesome. I love that. Well, perfect. So speaking of the tour, I just want to know how it was putting together a set list for the tour with the new album coming out, and then, as you mentioned, making sure you have all the Saliva classics in there. How was that?
Well, Sammy, she did the set list, so she could tell you. she cannot.
No, not all of it. I just kind of peppered in what my favorites were, you know, just being a fan my whole life, and just and loving the new stuff too, you know. I think the biggest challenge was probably, you know, discovering like what order we wanted to go in, you know, because we want to have all the new stuff at the forefront, and, you know, pepper in all the classics too. So
Perfect.
I agree. I mean, it was actually, I think we're still kind of figuring it out, aren't we? I mean, the set list for the last 2 shows may change along the way here. I mean, it may change along the tour, but it's tough because there is a lot of songs, and some people will be like, "But y'all didn't play this song." And we're like, "Well, dude, we have a certain amount of time, and we can't do all of them. And we wish we could." But so I think, though, in this set, I think that you'll see that it's got what everyone hopefully is looking to hear and see, you know, from the band. And now we're, you know, now that the tour's actually officially starting tonight, we have our lights and our sound guy back, and it's gonna be ripping. I can't wait to get up there.
I know, I'm definitely excited myself.
yeah, it's gonna be good.
Perfect. Well, speaking, you just mentioned the tour is starting today. What are you most excited about for going on tour with these 4 artists?
Well, I think we've all known the Drowning Pool guys for a long time. The band has a lot of history. Actually, our guy Scotty, who is stage manager and does the guitars and stuff, he's teched for Drowning Pool. I mean, you know, this business, and especially in the rock world, it's like a family. So it's like, you know, we kind of bump into them on at festivals and stuff like that. So, of course, can't wait to rock with those guys. Adelita's Way, I don't really know those guys, but I know that they are a good, excellent band, and I played shows when I was in a different band with them, but they're still out there rocking, and I think it's a great addition to the lineup. And then the Any Given Sin guys too. They're another one of those up and coming bands that I think it's gonna work well together. Everyone's got their own thing kind of going, you know.
Yeah, perfect.
I mean, the highlight for me is obviously Drowning Pool. I'm a huge fan. I know pretty much all the songs, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to traveling around with them. For me, though, I love being with these guys. It's, you know, like having big brothers, and I love when we're all together. We have fun, we laugh all the time, have a good time everywhere we go. So that's my biggest highlight.
Perfect.
Bobby?
You've got to keep it fun out here. And you can't take yourselves too serious, or it's like it's going to be a long bus ride.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we try to keep it good. But yeah, I mean, I think for the tour, it's one of those tours that, you know, you kind of aren't home. You're not going to be home for like 7 weeks, so you're going to miss some things, you know, and you know, just balance. Just try to keep everyone, you know, happy and just have fun. And it's all about the fans. It's all about the fans, really. You know, they're ones that are supporting, you know, the music and supporting the shows and why we're able to do it, you know.
Perfect.
So.
Yeah, awesome. Well, speaking of keeping it fun, do you guys have any like fun tour traditions that you do, or any like, I don't know, just something that you do before every show? Just laugh at each other.
We just
have
look at
fun,
each
joke
other.
around?
Just look at each other and say, "Don't suck."
All right,
you know,
that's a good tradition.
That's that. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think maybe we might have those, and like our own thing that we do too. Like
Personally.
I kind of just get in the zone, try to get in the zone as much as I can before going on stage. You know, but yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, I have one last question, just a little fun one for you guys. If you weren't in music, what would you be doing right now?
Oh, man. What would I be doing? If like just take music out of it?
Yeah, like if
Like
you
completely.
could do like another job or anything, like what would you want to be or do, or how are you going to live your life? Anything?
I don't know. Being in Florida.
Retired in Florida?
I don't know what I would want to do. You know? I'd want to...
Music is it for you, huh?
That's a tough one. You guys go.
Go ahead, Sammy. You got it.
That's tough for me too, because I don't know. It's so hard to think outside of music because it's, you know, that's what I'm all about. I don't know, something crazy like fly helicopters or, you know, something with the same amount of adrenaline, I would say. I love animals. I'd want to be Steve Irwin if I couldn't play music, but, you know, just something like that.
Very
Brad?
cool.
I'd say something like acting or something would be fun. You know, like
fun.
we're like movie buffs, you know, and I really respect the craft and just how, because most people don't know how hard it is to get into a role, into a character, and have people believe you that's who you now are, that person. And I don't know if you've seen any of the there was a special on Man on the Moon with Jim Carrey. And he drove them people nuts, dude, because he actually kind of became Andy Kaufman, and he wouldn't turn it off.
Yeah.
Like he would not break character. So just to see someone with that kind of commitment to the role, I think it would be just so cool to be able to go in and out of characters like that, you know. And I think some people too, they get lost, and it's hard to bring them back, you know. But so I'd say acting for me. So
Awesome. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's tough. I mean, maybe like I'd want to own like 10 Taco Bells or something. Like, you know,
You could just pull up
franchise
just
just open. Yeah, just have a bunch of something like that, or like a Chick-fil-A or something. You know, but yeah, I mean, music's like my life. It's what I've always done, and I can't imagine doing anything else.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I love the passion you have for it, and I can tell with all of you guys, like hearing it in your music and everything, it's just amazing. So I'm super excited to see you guys tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Well, that is Saliva. So thank you so much for talking with us, guys. We had such a great time.
Yep.